in the following position, Tal against the well-known study composer Kasparian, Tbilisi, 1956. Again, a typical Tal scenario emerges, really like magic with the 4 queens. But first, at this moment, Kasparian with black to move could still have saved himself. What to do? There is more than one solution. Maybe easiest from a human point of view is a direct a2. Now black would queen first. That would force Tal to eliminate the pawn. But black has now gained time to give perpetual check. So this is maybe the easiest draw from the human point of view. Another option would be the direct check. This also draws, but it is more complicated, as white's king can try to hide on the queen side. But now black has more counterplay, and the queen of Tal is not so well placed. And a2 draws. No, as black would queen with check. It's still not completely obvious maybe, but here the force farce would be a draw. The force farce has resulted, but in this case it is a draw. Typical Tal, of course. But in the game, he even won it after queen b2. This is just too slow. Black doesn't have time for the move. Now white queens first. Well, okay, queening wins also, but the check, there's nothing wrong with queen h3 check, opening up black's king. And now the main guideline, the who gives the first check wins for the 4th path of the game, is valid, and Tal moved and won. And okay, this can also be seen as who has a safer king. And here black's king is not safe. White's, of course, is also open, but it doesn't matter as Tal is to move. And a nice example for the 4th path of the game, by the way, in typical Tal style. So some non-standard mates you don't see every day, even in Misha's games. But okay, the queens now hand the king, and it can run, but it cannot hide. There is no shelter. Tal's queens just... And then Kasparian's queens are also, of course, badly placed in the corner. Near the corner. Yeah. Now nothing can be done. Here the king is just too open. And the queens must find a mate sooner or later. Okay, sooner. So, Kasparian resigned, now not wanting to be shown the beautiful mate. Yeah, good example for the 4th path of the game, opening, middle game, end game, then both sides queen again, and the 4th path results. And yeah, of course, Tal plays in his typical style. It's a real pleasure to follow his magical end games and games in general.